food your coping mechanism when it comes to dealing with uncomfortable emotion. So, whether it is anger, whether it is fear, whether it is an anxiety, whether it is a sadness, what usually we tend to do is turn towards comforting food which can help us cope up with these emotions. So, in challenging situation, rather than allowing yourself to get distracted and ask comfort through a food, it's important that you heal your relationship with food, or you learn to process your uncomfortable emotions, or you change your relationship in a healthier way with food. So, today in this video, I'm going to tell you all some important ways to cope up with your uncomfortable emotion and also to form a healthy relationship with food which helps our body to be nourished and keeps us healthy. Hi, I'm Dr. Deepa Shetty here, speaking from a clinic called Selfcamp. The mission of Selfcamp is well-being of all. So, when I say uncomfortable emotion, the most of the time, one emotion which comes very often and very quick and which usually leaves us feeling resented or guilty is anger. So, many times when we are angry, we are not able to know what to do with it. So, either you bottle it up, you suppress it, or you find comfort in food, or sometimes you just react very spontaneously and very in a very loud manner, and then you don't feel good about it too. So what's important is that you learn how to process your anger. Also, when we take comfort through food, our relationship with food changes. The food is supposed to nourish us, but we end up having an emotional craving, and hence we end up eating emotionally. You need to recognize between your physical hunger and emotional hunger. So for that, first you need to understand why and what makes you angry. And that can happen by first knowing yourself. It's okay to be angry, it's okay to have that emotion, it's a natural emotion. What's not okay is we don't know how to deal with it, we don't know how to process it, and then we end up into unhealthy ways of dealing with it, which is either suppressing or yelling or taking comfort in the food. Now, food, why am I dealing today more importantly with food is because food is a basic unit to form who you are. What you eat becomes you. So your muscles, your bones, your hormones, everything requires a fuel, and the fuel comes from food. If the right kind of fuel does not go into your body, you end up having a very unhealthy body. And I would want everyone to have a healthy body. So it's important that you change or you recognize your relationship with food. So when you're angry, we tend to eat those comforting food which soothe us, which gives us relief, which distract us from this emotion because we don't know how to deal with it, and it is making us feel very uncomfortable. During anger, cortisol also is released, which is a fight and fright mechanism. Usually when we are in an uncomfortable situation, either we escape it, we flight, or we fight through it, and you require energy for both of it. Hence we go through, we crave sugary, we crave high carb, high calorie food because that gives us a quick energy. It gives us a quick release of energy which makes us able to deal with these situations. So these food are easy to digest also, and the quick release gives us a temporary band-aid feeling over those emotional feelings which we are feeling. And when we eat sweets, we really feel good, we have a feel good factor, and hence the feeling is gone. But actually the feeling is not gone, it's just lying underneath there, and you have just covered it up with a feel good factor right now in this moment. So what's important is recognize your feeling, know your feeling, acknowledge your feeling, and know how to process it. So if I take an anger as an umbrella feeling, because usually anger is an umbrella feeling, what lies behind is other feeling. Like for instance, if I have not been appreciated for something I like, or if I give a very simple example is if somebody yells at me, what I feel is hurt. What I feel is taken aback and surprised. How can somebody yell at me? What I feel is disrespected. What I feel is not being appreciated and valued for who I am and what I'm doing for that person. So all this feeling are underneath, and I yell back, or I get angry, or I get angry within and I suppress that anger. Any of this can happen, but actually the feeling underneath is not being valued, not being respected, not being appreciated, not being given the or hurt for that matter. How can this person actually get angry on me? And I thought the person loves me. So it can be a sadness for being put in that situation. So any of this feeling can be masked by anger. So what's important is, I tell you again and again, what's important is learn to process your feelings. Learn and acknowledge your feeling. So when you're there, when you are feeling it, that time we don't know how to acknowledge, how to accept, how to go through this feeling. So for that moment when you're angry, what's important is take a deep breath, step back, and don't do anything but just allow yourself to calm down. Even a breathing technique which needs to be learned beforehand, still at that moment can help you calm down. If you slowly breathe, it can help you to calm down, and it will help you to really not distract or take relief or take comfort in some other feeling. And you definitely will not run towards food, because you will understand that this is what I'm feeling right now, and hence I want something comforting. So take a deep breath and step back. Later on, what's important is you understand how to deal with this feeling. So deep breathing exercises do help, because deep breathing helps you to stabilize all the emotions inside your body. Journaling helps. If you write down all the feeling you felt, you write down how you felt beneath it, what is that you're feeling, what is pushing you, what situation trigger you, the triggering situation, who pushes you, what you feel. If you write down all of it, the intensity of that feeling decreases. Also, naming and acknowledging your feeling, showing that self-compassion towards yourself. Yes, I'm feeling this, and it's okay to feel this. At this moment, this is what I am going through. So when you acknowledge that, also help the self-compassion towards your own self, being kind to your own self for whatever you are, rather than blaming and feeling guilty, will help you big time. So learn to process your emotion in a very healthier way. I gave you the techniques for the same, rather than going towards food. Food is supposed to be eaten mindfully, without any distraction, actually enjoying the taste of every bite, eating slowly, digesting it well, and helping it to be absorbed and nourishing your body. When you do this mindful eating, you will know that even that will change your temperament. Even that will make you emotionally stable. Physically, mentally, emotionally being healthy is something that you need to do for your own self. And hope we all be able to do this in the given frame of time when we learn how to do it. So, from today, understand cortisol does put you into overeating and eating habits, and that can make you feel hungry and also gain weight, or you may shift from an unhealthy zone to an unhealthy zone. So health is very important part of your being, and keeping and preserving is your primary goal. So change your relationship with food today, have a healthy relationship with your food, and learn to process your emotion. Hope this video has added some value to your life. Do comment in your comment section. That makes me feel really happy to see that a small part of you is able to acknowledge, name, accept, and process your own feeling. Thank you for listening to me. See you again.